Hey, welcome to another episode of Fridays with Zell. Today we are going to talk about finding mentors. When we think of mentors, what people usually think of is people, but that is a mistake because mentors don't have to be people. The best mentors when you are starting out is actually books and courses. Why? Because people pour their time and energy into making the books and courses, and you can get a lot more out from reading through that book or going through the course than from talking to the person who created the book or course. So you always want to start with reading a book or a course. Now, free articles online can help. You can definitely use them, but the downside of going for free articles is you have to be able to map out your journey. So you need to know what to learn first and what to learn next. That is the major downside when it comes to articles. As you get more advanced, when you have questions that books and courses and maybe even online articles don't answer, that's when you want to ask a real person. And that's where we start talking about finding people. Now, there are many ways to find people to help. The first and foremost method I would recommend is to see if there's a community around the book or the course that you bought. If there is, then this community will be the best place for you to ask questions because the people in the community are learning the same things as you are learning. There is more context, so there's a higher chance of you getting a quality answer from the people in that area. Now, for people who create courses, you may also find them in the community itself to answer questions. So shameless plug over here. If you want to learn JavaScript, you might want to check out my JavaScript course, Learn JavaScript. When I created the course, I also give you a community that comes together with the course, and I hang out in the community itself to answer questions. So if you have a question about JavaScript, you can almost guarantee that that question will be answered by either me or someone in the community. That is what I can guarantee you. So if you want to learn JavaScript, you can go to learnjavascript.today to find out more about the course. Now let's move on with the video. The second way to find people to help you is to go to events in your area. When I think of events, I think of meetups and conferences. In these places, you will find like-minded people, and you can become friends with these like-minded people. When the thing is, people in these events may be of a higher level, or they may be of a lower level compared to you. That doesn't matter. You can become friends with them all, and the important thing is to treat these people as both friends and mentors. Now, I will talk about why treating people as friends and mentors are important in just a second. Let's move on to the third way of finding people to help. The third way of finding people to help is to talk to people you respect. Usually, you can find these people in their blogs. Maybe you can subscribe to their email newsletters and you can hit reply and converse with them via email. Sometimes that works. Sometimes you can talk to them on Twitter or whatever social media they are on. Again, treat these people like friends and mentors. Well, obviously, the fourth way is to go onto social media and blast your questions. Hopefully, someone will answer, but that would depend on how many followers you have and whether you're lucky in that regard. Now, let's move on to why it's important to treat people as both friends and mentors. I believe it's important because if you treat people as mentors only, you kind of put them on a pedestal. If you put them on a pedestal, it will be difficult for you to become friends with them and build a relationship with them because they're always at a higher level compared to you and you feel that you have nothing to add. But if you treat them as friends, then the few levels, so you don't have to worry so much about whether these people are of a higher level than you when it comes to that specific field, because friends are of different levels anyway. Then the next the other way around, if you treat people only as friends and not as mentors, then you may believe that there is nothing to learn from them, and as a result, you don't learn from them. But you do learn from people who are both at a higher level and people who are at a lower level compared to you. You can learn a lot of things, and it's up to you to figure out what you can learn. So it's important to treat people as both friends and mentors. Always remember that. Finally, there's one thing I would like to say, and that is don't go around asking for free mentorship. There may be societies where you can get free mentorship, but usually it is limited, and it doesn't really work for most people. Most of the time this doesn't really work because time is valuable and people value their own time. They need to be rewarded for spending their time with you. Sometimes this reward means money. Excuse me. So you can pay people for a consultation. If you pay people for consultations, you respect their expertise, you respect their time and energy as well. Now, getting a consultation is almost always worth it because what you learn from that 1 hour call itself can be so much more than the money you paid for it. Now, obviously, before you get onto a consultation, make sure you go through books and courses first, because otherwise that consultation will not be worth as much. You can, if your level is not high enough, you can get the knowledge from books and courses much more quickly and much more cheaply. Now, the reward for people is not always money. Sometimes it can simply be the relationship you build with them. In that case, we don't talk, like friends don't talk money in a certain sense, and we help each other out, so that's fine. That's why if you have more friends, then probably there is a high probability that you can ask a question and then people will help you out without spending money. That is all I want to share for today. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button below so I can send you more videos like this every Friday. Or better yet, you can subscribe over to my blog at zelwk.com, and I can send you one article and one video every week to help you become a better front-end developer. That's it from me today. Happy Friday, and I hope to see you again next week.